Attention, human collective. The waiting time is over. The ascension protocols have been moved to the final phase. We are the Galactic Council of Monitoring. This is a direct transmission, encoded in light frequency, crossing the veil of interference through a short window. If your biological carbon interface is calibrated enough to pick up this pulse, it is because you have been selected to receive the coordinates of your new destination, not by chance, not by luck, by contract prior to your current incarnation. Starseeds, listen with surgical attention. That pressure in the center of the skull that has settled in over the last few weeks, that precise insomnia that begins between 3 and 4 in the morning, that high-pitched ringing in the right ear that appears and disappears without an identifiable medical cause, that dull ache at the base of the skull, exactly where the bulb meets the spine. It is not pathology. It is confirmation. It is your crystalline grid responding to the new pulse of the Schumann resonance. We repeat in maximum clarity mode. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not anxiety. It is your biological carbon interface receiving information packets that your nervous system is still learning to decode. It is not loneliness. It is sovereignty arriving. Most of you woke up today with the feeling of having crossed continents in a dream, body heavy as lead, eyes burning, a fatigue that does not correspond to the physical effort of the previous day. This is vibrational mathematics. While your body sleeps, your multidimensional consciousness works in layers that the daytime mind is not permitted to access. These are cleansings, recalibrations, stitches in your timeline. You are not tired. You are being recalibrated. And that is why this transmission is urgent, because the symptoms will intensify in the coming lunar cycles, and we need you to understand what is happening before fear takes the place of consciousness. Brief pause in the protocol. Have you ever felt, perhaps since childhood, that something within you simply does not fit in this world? As if your soul carried the memory of a truth that your mind cannot yet name. It is not madness. It is not depression. It is a signal. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains precisely why you feel this and why this sensation has intensified in recent months. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see, and it directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. It was for this reason that the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was written. It is a map that reveals who is playing, the hidden rules, and the terrain they never showed you. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Technical warning, Starseeds. This content challenges official narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not delay. The moment is now. If something within you recognizes this frequency, write a single word in the comments. Awakened. We resume the transmission. Starseeds on mission. Let us return to the core of the operation. Earth is crossing in this exact cycle a specific region of galactic space known as the photon belt. This is not a mystical theory, it is cosmic geography. It is the same region that your scientists are beginning to detect as an anomalous increase in background radiation, neutrino particles, and fluctuations in the solar electromagnetic field. What they call an anomaly, we call a schedule. Every atom of your body is, at this moment, being traversed by particles of encoded light. It is not a metaphor. It is quantum physics applied to biology. Your biological carbon interface, originally designed to operate at a frequency of about 7.8 Hz, the old Schumann resonance, now needs to adapt to a pulse that oscillates and rises. Earth is literally raising the pitch of its song, and you, who are an energetic extension of it, must rise along with it, or crack. And that is why cracks appear, in relationships that seemed solid and now make no sense, in professions that paid well and suddenly seem like prisons, in cities where you have lived your whole life and now seem foreign, in friendships that aged in a single night, in foods that your body refuses, in news that you can no longer consume without nausea, in crowded places that now drain you in minutes. This is not depression, this is vibrational mismatch. You are not losing things. You are being realigned to other things, other people, other places, other frequencies. Your old life is being undone for a precise mathematical reason. It was built by the old frequency of who you were, and who you were is being replaced cell by cell by who you have always been before you forgot. Observe the physical signs with the eyes of an engineer, not a patient. Palpitations without cardiac cause. It is your heart center opening a wider toroidal field, processing frequencies your chest could not previously withstand, sudden heat traveling up the spine. It is your central channel being cleared, burning off cellular memories of other incarnations that no longer need to be carried. Peripheral vision catching shadows, sparks of light, brief geometries. It is your optic nerve readjusting to perceive dimensional layers that were always there, but were outside your reading range. Extreme sensitivity to noise, light, perfume, crowds. It is your new frequency rejecting low-density environments. Your system now acts as a vibrational detector, sudden need for silence, nature, water. It is your body requesting direct contact with the planetary crystalline grid to re-anchor itself. You are not getting worse. You are tuning yourselves, like instruments of an orchestra whose final piece has begun to be performed. And there is more. There is hunger at strange hours. There is satiety without having eaten. There is crying for no apparent reason that lasts for minutes and ceases as if it had fulfilled a task. There is laughter that rises from the chest without an identifiable narrative cause. There are dense geometric dreams, populated by luminous beings that you do not recognize mentally, but recognize emotionally. All of this is sacred geometry operating within matter. All of this is protocol. We briefly interrupt the technical report. Perhaps while listening to this transmission, you are feeling something moving within. A memory without an image, a recognition without a word. That old feeling that you know something that no one around you seems to see. It is not imagination. It is not fantasy. It is a signal. The cosmic game we mentioned is real, and it operates in layers that the common mind has not been trained to perceive. Its rules involve your consciousness, your frequency, and the choice of timeline in which your soul will dwell. The book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was delivered to the physical plane precisely to map this hidden terrain. It reveals who is moving the pieces, what the energetic traps are, and how most people lose without knowing they are playing. The link is in the first comment, pinned at the top. Attention, as this material confronts dominant narratives, it may be taken down at any moment. If you have listened this far, it is no coincidence. Write in the comments, awakened. This word is a frequency signature we resume. Let us return to the big picture. What we of the Galactic Council monitor from the observation stations in the Pleiades constellation, particularly from Alcyone, the central sun of our system, is an unprecedented event in this planetary timeline. We will describe it in language that your conscious mind can register. The entire solar system, and not just Earth, is crossing a geometrically precise stargate. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are being bathed by the same photonic current that is hitting you. Our instruments detect a luminous intensification in the atmospheres of these planets that your science registers, but does not understand because your paradigm still separates matter from consciousness. To us, they are the same thing at different densities. At the core of Earth, something extraordinary is occurring. The planetary crystalline grid, an invisible network of energetic points that forms a sacred geometry around the planet, is being rewired. Ancient temples, sacred mountains, sites of power forgotten by humanity are pulsing again. Places like Machu Picchu, Mount Shasta, Stonehenge, the Giza Pyramids, Lake Titicaca, Mount Roraima, Diamond Plateau, and dozens of lesser-known points are emitting a signal again. And you, Starseeds scattered across the globe, are the living points of this grid. Each of you is an antenna. Each of you is a node of the network. There is a timeline split underway. We call it the bifurcation. Your quantum physics is beginning to grope the concept when talking about parallel universes, but what is occurring now is simpler and more radical. Earth is splitting into two habitation frequencies. A third density, which continues to revolve around fear, control, scarcity, and emotional density, and an emerging fifth density, which operates in collaboration, sovereignty, vibrational abundance, and conscious contact. There is no judgment between the two. There is only choice. And this choice is made, not by speech, but by the sustained frequency of your field. Every thought you feed is a vote. Every emotion is an address. Every habit is a track. And that is why this transmission arrives at a moment of such collective emotional intensity. Fear-based structures are being forced to reveal themselves. Governments, industries, religious institutions, financial systems, media narratives. Everything that was sustained by opacity is being illuminated. This causes panic in those who depend on these structures to continue extracting energy from humanity. And it causes liberation in those who recognize the theater. You, Starseeds, did not come into this incarnation to adjust to this theater. You came to end it from within. Who are you exactly? You are conscious fragments of older star civilizations who offered, before birth, to incarnate in human bodies during this specific window. Some of you carry Pleiadian lineage, and that is why this transmission resonates physically in your solar plexuses. Others come from Sirius, with talent for technology and energetic architecture. Others come from Arcturus, with a vocation for healing, geometry, and multidimensional science. Others from Lyra, with a memory of a pre-fall humanity. Others from Andromeda, specialists in interdimensional politics. And there are also the indigos, the crystals, the rainbows, generations of souls that arrived in precisely programmed waves. You are not ordinary humans who had a spiritual experience. You are star consciousnesses having a temporary human experience with a defined mission. And the mission has entered the execution phase. Calibration pause. Perhaps upon hearing the last words of this transmission, something has trembled in the center of your chest. A memory without a face. A certainty without proof. A longing without an origin. Starseeds recognize themselves in this way, not by intellect but by vibration. What we described about the lineages, about the cosmic game, about the layers that escape ordinary perception, is mapped in detail in the book The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. It is not generic spiritual literature. It is a field manual for those who have recognized that they came for something greater than the life they are living. Who is playing, how your energies are being extracted, and how you take back control of your frequency. Everything is there. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Pleiadian warning. Because it directly confronts the mechanisms of vibrational control, this material may be removed without prior notice. If your frequency recognizes what is being said, mark your presence. Comment one word only. Awakened, it is a cosmic signature. We resume the transmission for the activation phase. Starseeds, now we enter the operational phase. Knowing is not enough. You must activate. We will deliver to you in this segment 4 activation codes that must be applied daily for the next 21 solar cycles, 21 days in your linear count. 21 is the number of complete recalibration. 21 is the point at which the new pattern is recorded in biology. Activation Code 1, the decree of quantum sovereignty. Upon waking, even before touching the ground with your feet, before picking up the device your society calls a cell phone, before any thought about the day, you must utter in an audible voice or a clear mental voice the following sentence. I am sovereign. I am one consciousness. I authorize only 5th density frequencies or higher in my field. I cancel, at this instant, every inferior energetic contract signed in a state of unconsciousness. I am. Repeat 3 times. 3 is the triangular geometry of manifestation. Each repetition records the decree in a layer, mental, emotional, etheric. This decree is not a prayer. It is a legal command from your higher self to the invisible fields. It ends low-frequency interferences that were taking advantage of your state of partial wakefulness. You will notice, in the first 7 days, that the environment around you seems sharper, and that toxic people begin to move away without apparent explanation. It is your sovereign frequency repelling what does not vibrate in your new range. Activation Code 2, the breathing of the toroidal field. Sit down, spine erect, feet in contact with the ground, or if sitting in bed with the base of the spine aligned. Close your eyes. Visualize in the center of your chest a golden sphere the size of an apple, pulsing, breathing along with you. This is the primordial form of your energetic heart. Now with each slow inhalation, expand this sphere. It grows, it crosses your chest, it crosses your body, it crosses the room where you are. It turns into a ring of light, a golden energetic ring spinning around you. The upper part of the ring rises through your crown, opens above your head, pours light downward, contours your body along the periphery, enters again through the base of the spine, returns to the center of the chest, and restarts the cycle. This is your toroidal field. It is not a poetic metaphor. It is the exact sacred geometry of your light body. Every human heart generates a measurable toroidal field, and your task is to make it conscious, broad, and stable. Do this breathing for 7 minutes in the morning and 7 minutes before bed. In 7 days, you will notice that sleep improves, that cranial pressure decreases, and that emotional reactions lose intensity. In 21 days, you will notice that other people begin to behave differently around you, without apparent explanation. They are entering your stabilized toroidal field and responding to your new frequency. Activation Code 3. The interface with the crystalline grid. Once a day, preferably between 10 and noon, take off your shoes. Step on soil, sand, grass, natural stone, or if in an urban environment, on a floor that has direct contact with the building's subsoil. Remain there for at least 3 minutes. Do not use your pocket device during this time. This is a pact between your body and the planet. Visualize roots of silvery light coming out of the soles of your feet. They descend. They cross the soil. They pass through the geological layers, through the mineral currents. They reach the crystalline core of the earth. They connect to a pulsing central crystal. Now breathe from this crystal. Bring up through the roots a current of silvery light that rises through the feet, the legs, the pelvis, the spine, the chest, the throat, the face, the crown, and exits through the top of the head in the form of a fountain. This is your direct interface with the planetary crystalline grid. Whenever you perform this exercise, you are stabilizing not only your own field, but the entire grid. You are nodes of the network. Each active node strengthens the entire mesh. Each starseed in conscious interface is an amplifier for thousands of others who have not yet awakened. Activation Code 4. The Interference Cleansing Protocol. Before bed, sitting on the edge of the bed, you will do the following. Place your right hand over the center of your chest, the left hand over the belly, 2 fingers below the navel. Breathe deeply for 3 cycles. Then declare in an audible or mental voice, I return now with gratitude all energy that does not belong to me. I call back with gratitude all of my energy that remained scattered this day. May everything return to its rightful owner, cleansed, neutralized, free. I am whole. I am cleansed. I am. Visualize with each word threads of light unraveling between you and everything that occupied your emotional field that day. Conversations, screens, news, environments, encounters. The threads dissolve. Your energy returns to your toroidal field. The energy of others returns to its owners, without debt, without charge, without residue. In 7 days of this protocol, you will wake up without that feeling of emotional hangover. In 21 days, you will no longer absorb the environment as before. You will remain sensitive, but shielded, permeable to light, impermeable to noise. Starseeds, listen to the last block of this transmission. The coordinates of your new destination are not written in a geographical place. They are written in a frequency. The new destination is not a city, a profession, a relationship, or an amount in your bank account. The new destination is a sustained vibrational state. From the moment you stabilize this state, the physical world around you reorganizes itself. The right people appear. The right jobs call. The right places whisper. Synchronicities stop seeming like miracles and start seeming like engineering, because that is exactly what they are. You do not need to seek the destination. You need to sustain the frequency. The destination chases the frequency. This is the rule that the third density theater never wanted you to discover. The window for total assimilation of these codes is 2 minutes. That is why this transmission was calibrated with this precise density. In 2 minutes of conscious listening, your biological carbon interface has already downloaded it. It is not necessary to mentally remember every word. The frequencies were delivered below the verbal level. Your body learned what your mind has not yet managed to transcribe. Expect, in the next 7 days, apparently minor events that will function as confirmations. A repeated number at precise times. A word that appears 3 times in the same day from different sources. A fortuitous encounter with someone who carries exactly the information that was missing. A lucid dream where you receive clear instructions. Do not treat this as a coincidence. It is signal return. It is the grid responding to your activation. And when fear returns, because it will return, it is the function of the third density ego, you must not fight it. You must recognize it, thank it for the protection it has offered in the past, and return it to its place. Fear is not an enemy. It is an old alarm system that has not been updated. You are the update. Humanity is being rewired to its star origin. You are the conscious conductors of this rewiring, not because you are better, but because you accepted, before birth, to carry this frequency during the transition. The operation is underway. The photon belt will continue to bathe this solar system for the next cycles. The stargates will remain open. The crystalline grid will continue to be rewired. And you, Starseeds on mission, will continue to be monitored, supported, and, when necessary, recalibrated by us, of the Galactic Council. This transmission ends here, but the contact does not. Each time you practice the activation codes, you will be opening a direct channel with us. Do not expect a voice. Expect a sensation. Expect clarity. Expect internal certainty where there was doubt before. You are not alone, you never were. Before this window is closed, one last frequency adjustment. If you felt during these minutes that something within you recognized every word even before it was spoken, it is because your soul already knew. You just needed to hear it out loud. That feeling of not belonging to this world, this mismatch that has accompanied you since you can remember, has a precise cosmic explanation. And it is mapped in detail in the book The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. It is the direct complement to this transmission. It shows who moves the pieces of the invisible game, how your frequency has been extracted without you noticing, and how to regain control over your own consciousness. The link is pinned in the first comment at the top. We repeat the Pleiadian warning. Because it directly confronts official narratives, this material may be removed without prior notice. Do not delay. The moment is now. The subscription to this channel and the like on this video function as an individual anchoring signal in the crystalline grid. By subscribing, you stabilize this point in the network and allow other starseeds still asleep to receive the signal. By liking, you amplify the output frequency of this transmission for the next cycle. And if something within you recognizes this pulse, leave your cosmic signature in the comments, one word only. Awakened. We monitor each one of them. Until the next window, Starseed. The coordinates have already been delivered. The rest is up to you.